Hey guys, welcome to Isaiah's Reviews, and today we're reviewing the EMEET all-in-one USB webcam with no software, just uses your additional stuff. You plug and play, there's nothing wrong with that. This is the C980 Pro. What this has is 1080p, 30 frames per second. There's 4 mics across the top, 2 stereo speakers. It's got advanced noise reduction technology and a field of view of 90 degrees. It's got fixed focus, plug and play, tripod ready. It's got a 1/4-inch threads on the bottom. It's got a kind of traditional universal webcam mount that we've seen before throughout higher end webcams. This webcam is huge. It's like literally this big, as you can see in the video. So it's a hefty beast. All this is being shot. The microphones, the 4 microphones across the top, the video, the speakers, all this good stuff is just right now. This is it. And this is in a typical situation. I'll lower the lighting down a little bit just so we can see how it handles lower light. But this is a well-lit, universally lit situation that we're in right now. So this is basically like Webcam Pro going on. And it's in the title. But this is beefy. Like when I took this thing out, I don't think I have a actual traditional webcam, but the Logitech, was it C920 or I can't remember what their big Pro was, but this is, you know, there's some 4K, I think the Brio or whatever the Logitech has is a lot smaller than this one, but the glass on this is even big. So I imagine it lets in a lot of light. Huge speakers, 4 mics. I'm impressed, and 103 5-star reviews on their website on average. The price right now is reduced quite a chunk. It's sitting at $76. You could get a tripod with this because those 1/4-inch threads on the bottom. Their tripod that is branded, you can get it with it at a discounted price as well, which brings it up to $92 with the tripod, which I would probably do because this thing's pretty big. I don't know. It's not that heavy. It's just big. So yeah, let's just play around with the lighting. I'm just using the camera app that's built into Windows to record this with. You can manually control the brightness, and that's kind of it. There is no focusing of this thing, which is pretty cool, I guess. There is no focusing. I'm just in focus. Is that in focus? I don't see any ways to focus. So let's just take this thing down to 75%. It's doing some stuff. What is it doing? Is it freaking out a little because I got these purple lights back here in the back? 50% right here. This is 50%. So I don't know what it's doing. Let's go down to 40%. Let's go down to 30, 20. It's 20%. Let's go down to 9. We're at 9%. And then let's just turn them off. And then now it's trying to pull light. I've got purple lights down here, so I understand why this looks the way it does. Oh, it corrected. Oh, let me turn these purple lights off so we can get a better, because it's pulling in some of that color. Okay, so now we've turned out all that purple because it was actually bringing that purple in from the back, because it really is overwhelming. That is super bright with all these lights pretty much off. This is set to off. The panel, I have a light way over there on the ceiling fan that's on. You can see the shadow from it from my face. And over here there is, I mean, really nothing on. The panel's at its dimmest point, which is, I could just turn it off. What am I saying? So now we're completely off on these little LED panels, which they were at like 1% before, the lowest percentage it could go. The only thing that's lighting this is a ceiling fan light about 20 feet away. That's it. And it's one of those that's round disc that points straight down. So there's no light actually coming in my direction. So it's pretty cool that it's able to pull this much light. Let's turn up the brightness a bit. And so there you go. I'm on a call, and I'm looking down at myself and not you. I apologize. So there we are on a call. Let's blow it up a little bit. We've increased the brightness, and now it's just really looking at the monitor, the light coming off the monitor. What happens if we blow the brightness all the way out, bring it down, and we're only at 50% brightness right now on the bar over here for the camera app. So we'll take it down to actually right in there, and that looks pretty good for absolutely no light. So we're looking at looks like maybe a third of the brightness bar or so. That's pretty good. That's pretty impressive. So let's turn these lights back on all of a sudden. Ready? We're going to go crazy. Boom. Blackout, whiteout. It's way too bright. Let's calm it down. Can it even, what does it bottom out at? This is bottomed out brightness. So let's boost it up a little bit. I think right there. I think right there is kind of perfect. My skin tones is a little bit goofy. So I think I can bring this down. It's kind of harsh. There we go. I think we're in a happy place. So we're in a happy place. So grab you a couple of little LED panels and buy this thing. It's like impressive. I'm very impressed by the cam on this thing. Look at this. EMEET. That's very good job here on the C980 Pro. I had to look at it for some reason. This is the EMEET C980 Pro webcam. I think it looks fantastic, and the size is huge. It's got a good big lens on this thing. Yeah, oh, and it comes with a magnetic that permanently hangs from the back, a magnetic lens cover. So if you feel weird by this big honking thing looming right over you, hello, are you in there? If you feel bad about that, well then you can just slap on that lens cover. Where does the focus kick in? Huh. When do I get out of focus? I'm pretty impressed. There's no hunting. Like with the Logitech, it'd be, you know, weird stuff. Huh. I think streaming at 1080 is just fine. I'm impressed. Lower this down, not too far down. The sharpening's there for sure because I've got the shirt on that really can dictate the sharpening. But if you've got an app, a webcam app, you can pull the over sharpening out. It's just, I'm not doing it on this Windows here, but you can reduce the sharpening a little bit because I think it's kind of, sharpening might be up to how you can tell by this shirt because it kind of doesn't look like this in real life, that sheening going on from the over sharpening. So if you can dial the sharpening down a little bit, this is a good webcam. So I'm totally impressed. I know I keep rambling on, but I'm actually finding this out with you, and it looks really good. So let me listen to this, and I'll see about the audio and see if it equals the video, because right now this looks really good, and it's compact, and also the bag that it comes with is really nice. Like this PVC, like heavy, it just feels heavy duty bag. So it's a good bag. You can wrap up the cord. It's got a little tie with it. You can protect the lens, which is great. I love that. So yeah, so far so good. Let me listen to this and I'll be right back. I'm pretty impressed. There's no hunting. Like with the Logitech, it you know, weird stuff. Huh. I think streaming at 1080 is just fine. I'm impressed. Lower this down, not too far down. The sharpening's there for sure because I've got the shirt on that really can dictate the sharpening. But if you've got an app, a webcam app, you can pull the over sharpening out. It's just, I'm not doing it on this Windows here, but you can reduce the sharpening a little bit because I think it's kind of, sharpening might be up to how you can tell by this shirt because it kind of doesn't look like this in real life, that sheening going on. And before I forget, we're going to play some street noise. This is one of those clips that's like 10 hours long of street noises, so you get horns honking, people walking, cars driving. It's pretty detailed, and that is pretty loud. And I think that sounds exactly like you would hear setting out at a shop outdoors, conducting some business. So can you hear me over that, or is that overbearing and picking up too much on those 4 mics? So this will let you know whether or not you can take this thing outside. And let me dial it down a little bit because that's loud. That might be something typical of some noise that you might hear just casually sitting around with some street right there next to you. So there you go. So I just listened to the playback, and the audio sounds loud. It's rich, so I don't think you're going to have a problem with this being a speaker for your computer as well. So if you're on the go, I've got a thin, ultra thin laptop here, which you earlier could see how thin it is, and it still sits on here. If you've got a complete bezel-less design, it will stick into the frame like that much down from the top. So if you want to utilize that tripod at that time, or if you want to stay mobile, keep this camera in the bag and go with your thin setup, minimalist setup. I think you can pull this off because it's definitely likes the low light. There was no issues with that. Get yourself a good recording app instead of this built-in. But I wanted to show you the bare minimalist thing, and this is the built-in camera app within Windows. All you got to do is type in camera, and then boom, here it is. So to get your actual adjustments and manual controls, grab yourself a good webcam app, I guess, if you just want to record talking head stuff. But looking at the motion, you can see some of the motion. It's 30 frames per second, 1080p. Not bad at all. So yeah, just check it out. It's affordable. So under $80 for this big old webcam with 2 big speakers in it, 4 mics, 1080p, 30 frames per second is not a bad price. So this entire valuation is being a $70 webcam. So it's based on that, and it knocks it out of the park for the price. So make sure to check out the product down in the YouTube description below, and explode on that subscribe button and ding that bell so you get notified on the next really cool product that I got coming. And I've got quite a bit. The backlog is always there, looming over me. Looming. It's looming, and it's looming. That's not bad, because a lot of webcams want to like not go bright, go dark, go bright. That's what I was checking, like how it reflects the light back to it. And my face looks like it's got pimples all over. But some sharpening, some fine tuning within a better app, and it's fine. I can tell you, it's fine. See ya.